should.
Aiden, Jay, do either of you listen to the show?
Not even if I miss.
No.
I'm terrible.
No one's interested in watching. Well, someone asked Harrison Ford, do you watch your old movies? And he's like, I'm not interested. Even Star Wars. He's like, I'm not interested in acting I've already done. I have to because I edit this show.
Well, there's that, and it's like for me, I play when I play Dr. Leth, I specifically get into character as Dr. Leth. So if Dr. Leth doesn't know something,
how does that make you? You saying Dr. Leth won't listen to the show and he's making you?
No, I'm saying that if I'm not listening to a show, it's because I'm not in the show. And if I'm not in the show, then Dr. Leth isn't there.
Okay. Is that,
yes, extreme no meta.
No, it's passive saying bring back Dice for Dishonor so I can be in more shows, I think is what he's saying.
Was not, but I'm happy for that particular interpretation. Sure.
Well, when Frank comes back, we have to sit down and talk about, what stays and what goes or how we're going to do it because
you're all fired. It's the Frank show.
Yeah. I will replace every one of you with Frank and Frank and Frank. You imagine Frank doing all your characters? I think that should be our well, when we did the Christmas special, I did some fan stuff in episode 3, season 4, besides our Doug surprise, fan made a real wooden boy. There's still ideas floating around the table. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of We Shot First, the Star Wars RPG, the Saga edition of Dawn of Defiance campaign. Is it old? Sure, but it's a classic. It's good. We like it. And here we are in season 4. This is actually going to have 10 seasons. Did I tell you this? There are 10 books. They're short books, but they are 10 books, 10 seasons. So we got to pull up our big boy pants and roll through this as quickly as we can.
50 by the time we finish this, Jeff.
No.
Yeah.
We've given it, I've given it as much focus as I could, anyway, here we are. We have returned, and this is, anyone dare to guess the episode we're on already? You'll be surprised.
Episode 6?
Sure, we'll go with that. Because I can't remember.
I guess.
You guys? Sure. We'll say it's episode something. Yeah, that works for us. Welcome back. Tonight, we have a special guest to enhance our live experience. We've not only made one of our patrons and longtime fans, and there are some requirements. The guy has his own Star Wars game and has been playing for years or whatever. We don't just pull any schmo off the street. Welcome back, Doug Baldwin. But we have a longtime fan, part-time patron, and soon to becoming a close personal friend of ours, sitting in the Zoom call like a live studio audience. I'm not going to embarrass the young man by saying who it is, but we have this sort of, live reaction of a fan sitting here watching us record this, which, for me is kind of like working with a studio audience as opposed to just, we're live and careful what you say. And there's no immediate repercussion. So, if we get frowny faces, we know we're getting off book here. If we get lots of chuckles and leaning back and he leans over and looks like he's trying to pee, then we know we're doing our job and having a good time doing it. So, fix some technical here. Guys, I have to cue up some battle music because you guys, you're chatting burned up rounds. According to my counter, we are amidst, at the end of round 2, we are into round 3. We are starting round 3 of our little battle. And the last thing we did was, I believe, the bad guys tossed a grenade up the ramp. And then it's Rahual's go. And I didn't let him finish the round. So Rahual, you are up, sir. What do you want to do? What are you going to do? Can you do?
Well, do I have time to grab the grenade and toss it back down the ramp?
That's according to the grid here. You can do what a character would do in this time. Let's zoom in a little bit on the situation here for those of us that are enjoying the video aspect of our show. For the podcasting audience, The ship has been separated into 3 parts. In the cockpit, R4 sits alone at the pilot seat. In the main center hub of this giant space turtle, known as the Archelon, a Troc Freighter 720 series, we have the loading boarding ramp, which drops down or retracts. I think it folds up when it's in docking ring mode. And outside of the hull, where you can't see, is that orifice, that docking ring, which is clamped on or been clamped or sucked up tractor beam style to the Red Fury, owned by the Brotherhood. To the left or west, posted up on a corner, we have Rahual. To the right or east, posted up on opposite corner, 2 squares, so it's kind of like a 10-foot or, X amount of meter hallway in this system. We have TP, the police droid, recommissioned to be Rahual Oberis's personal ship security system. Over in Dr. Left's lab, which is the cargo bay on the left side, number 11 here, we have Haas, the unknown region pilot that we found in cryostasis in a little closet. And he is semi-conscious in that back to tank, something to do with the drives, hyperdrive, sublight drive, something going on, juicing them. We throw them in there and see what happens to work. And in a closet, waiting to announce that they've coming out of the closet, we have Poser Sham, Dr. Askaleth, and our new, I want to say 4th degree droid, because that's the one you play. Our new, we shorten your name. Like, I know you've got the long name, Doug, but
TLXS.
Yeah, so I think we were just calling it XS for short.
Or TL.
Or TL. Well, we have TP and TL. That could get confusing, right? All hiding in that cryo closet chamber.
It's not confusing to me.
I'm going to send you an email that says 1000 small I small L 100000 and watch your brain explode because of those letters that look like numbers. So, Rahual, if right in front of you, let's say 50-50 chance it's the square in front of you or over, because if it's in front of you, you could just bend and pick it up as one action and you've got your 3 actions, right? So, pulling out my...
Oh, by the way, Jeff,
Yep.
I just dropped a link in not Zoom, Roll20.
Yeah.
Check that out when you get a chance.
Is it something I could give? If I click on it, it's going to go. Oh, hang on. I'll use the DM side. Stopping the action here.
Stopping the action. What am I going to do? I don't know. What do you think?
I was going to roll to
That's
see where it
tough.
is, and you really screwed me. It says no. It says I don't want to go there. It says redirect. Don't go there. Spam. 50% chance, high or low. In your favor would be the square closer to you, so you can easily scoop it up. Not in your favor would be the square next to
Let's
TP.
go low. Let's go low.
Okay. I rolled 95 high, so it lands in the square next to TP.
No.
Okay. And I remember why I stopped the action, because technically when you toss a grenade or some kind of device, it goes off on your turn. So I threw it up, I made it beep, and I said go boom, and I stopped it there. So it actually
Detonated.
would have to detonate unless it's on a timer.
Is it on a timer?
No.
Of course not.
But as you try to go for it, then you realize it goes from that slow beeping, speeding up to like critical, and you must, maybe shy away. Anyway, Unfortunately, it has breached your cover.
No, to be perfectly honest, Rahal's not that brave. He would totally just dive behind the friggin' reactor.
An ion cluster. Cluster grenades is sort of like a jury-rigged version of a ion mine. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's 66 ion damage.
Ion. If it's an ion mine, it's 86.
Oh,
But
86,
if it's
sorry.
Something custom,
It's
it
less.
could be whatever.
Yeah, it's less. Because I'm a kind DM. It's jerry-rigged and... Oh yeah, that's also the other thing I want to do is the roll to see percentage that actually works. Woohoo, 15. Yep, it goes boom. Ion damage doesn't really affect organics, does it? It's just sort of a machine-based 9 and 23 points of ion damage to the droid. Now, do droids take double damage from ion? Or is it just machinery?
So
No.
everybody takes damage from it, to a certain extent, even fleshy people.
Mhm.
Droids and other electronic things have more side effects.
So droids take full, fleshies take half, I think it is.
So first you subtract half of the ion damage from the target's hit points. Creatures that do not have cybernetic prosthetics are singed by the ion energy but suffer no other ill effects.
Okay.
Droids, vehicles, electronic devices, and cybernetically enhanced creatures may suffer additional effects as noted below. If the ion damage reduces their current hit points to 0, they're knocked unconscious. If the ion damage before being halved equals or exceeds the target's damage threshold,
Right.
the target moves 2 steps on the condition track.
Because it really bugs you. Okay, so 23
Yeah.
points for TP, 11, rounding down, for Rahual. Electrical singe on your nice new pinstripe getup.
11 for both, but if the 23 beats TL's damage threshold, then they're also dropped down 2 on the condition track instead of 1.
He only takes half?
Yes.
Even though he's not a fleshy? That's weird.
Correct.
Okay, I believe you. And I believe you because we have to trust some rules lawyers some of the time, and I'm just too tired to, double check. We trust you. So, kaboof, 11 each. And does 23 beat TP's threshold?
Ooh, that is a good question. No, it does not. 26.
Oh, close. Okay.
So 11 damage each.
Yep.
All right.
You're like after that. And now it's your turn. And failing to react, faboom. What do you want to do, Rahual, before the round turns over? Poser, you're on deck.
I'm gonna go. Hey, what you doing? What you doing? We surrendered.
Really? Okay. So you want to come out and show that you're
Yep.
okay. Are you armed? Visibly?
Yeah, I'll have I'll be holding my pistol up.
You want to do the finger thing? It's
Yep.
it's dangling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you step out and go to surrender. Okay. Can I have a persuasion check?
Sure can. Smooth talking guy. Gonna talk his smooth way out of this. Yeah, with bam, 34 persuasion.
All right. I'm just going to target the leader because, like I said, they might just try to stun you or shoot you for good measure. It's just part of the job, and safety first, right? I mean, if you actually make it aboard the ship, they have that little bulletin board. It's it's been so many parsecs since an accident or dismemberment or because they all have peg legs and cyber eyes, and they go so many days before they need a cybernetic something.
Peg legs and cyber eyes.
I'm serious.
That's
This,
great.
the whole what's man. It's you want to join us? Well, that leg's got to go. That's the first. What? Seriously. So a little diplomacy, persuading against my willpower. Where's my willpower? And you got what?
34.
34.
I rolled an 18.
Okay. Now, I believe I'm trying to make better use of squinting at my little screens here. Because it also comes down to not just my will, but you take penalties depending on my attitude. So
Yep.
I am hostile towards you, which is a -10. So
Yep.
I'll just add 10. And that is still not enough. So you come out, look how weak or whatever. And then you just hear all that guns all heating up. They all sound like the Ghostbusters thing, no, they all type of thing, right? Do you remember the scene where they stun Princess Leia?
Yep.
Right before he lets go of the blast and does the big, there is that slight noise, right? That's what you hear.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the very last second, it's Poser's turn because we can't go to our turn. I'm very sorry. Poser. Suspense.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we gotta burn an hour talking. Say, good night, everybody. I should do that. I should literally do that. We'll do like a 2-minute episode. Say good night. just totally tank it for like an entire week. What the? I would, but
that's dirty, Jeff. Don't.
No.
do that. Don't
We've had technical episodes where there was like not proper sound, one-sided combat. We had to explain. Remember the apology episode? Where I was like, so here's what happened in the battle and edited that you missed. It was like the first third of the Hangar Bay fight. I had to apologize to the internet and go, we don't have it. So this is what's going on. This is what happened. I thought I was very clear, but I still had people like Doug and everything like call me up going, what the what now? Did you listen to the apology 5 minutes? No, it was 5 minutes. I didn't bother with that. I thought it was about something else. I'm like, oh, listen to the apology. I explained it. Because I even titled it apology. I didn't say, here's the explanation of the battle. Poser, you're up. TLXS, you're on deck. What are you going to do, Poser?
Pass my turn.
Okay, now did you want to reach out? Because, like, with the Force, you can use perception. Like, you can feel the life forms, get a ping of people. Because I remember in the last episode, you guys were arguing about how many pirates are on that ship.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah. Let's do that.
See how nice and helpful I can be in Season 4?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
To make up for what's coming. But anyway, 25, okay. Ping, ping, ping,
Wait,
ping.
sorry, what was that?
Nothing. You sense everyone that you know. And you sense a nice, tight little gaggle. Well, I wouldn't say tight, but they're stacked up like a SWAT team on their ship in the hallway.
Yeah.
And as far as you can reach out, which is, I don't know, however far into the ship type of thing, you definitely sense 5 aboard. And then there's the 2 guys in Zeds flying around, covering, scanning you, looking for anybody that's going to try and take a spacewalk, You actually see, like, patched holes on the side of their ship from, like, PCs, like, cutting their way in and going around. We're not going to fall for that again. It's like several in a row. Hey, look, somebody must have cut in the ship here. This must be a good access. We had no idea where to cut in. This is a good, damn it, fool us twice, and more and more peg legs ensue. Like, do you see the pattern here? Anyway. You reach out, 25. You sense 5 hostiles close to the docking ring on their side. Anything else you want to do?
Nope.
Okay. TLXS.
I'm going to hold my turn as well. I think I'll let it pass. I'm all folded up in a little box, so not a whole lot we can do until I get orders from one of my 2 bosses.
Okay. I think I'll have you pull that treble back down because that airy noise is just, it's even worth me wrecking an episode by bringing it up, but that just got real bad real fast. Dr. Leth, hey, you're up. Your new son wants orders. Father, what shall I do in this situation? Don't touch my servo there.
Absolutely nothing for now.
He doesn't say that to you. I'm just, interposing what you think it's thinking with a look on its face. Can you imagine being crammed in a closet with something that looks like Terminator, like the big skull, like right next to your face, looking at you?
I mean, I can, actually. It's not that bad. It's simply a robot.
I believe they prefer to be called droids.
It does not mean a droid
That's
is not a robot.
racist.
That's just
I prefer to be called TLXS, thank you.
there you go.
I'm aware that you are quite excessive. It's fine.
So what do you want to do, Dr. Leth?
Well, what I was saying is that for now, if our plan is to work, we must remain hidden like canned sardines.
Okay.
Fish? Yeah.
Comms on, waiting for the word to... Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Arthur is doing something unknown to you, but he is trying to help. So, ooh, natural 20. That's going to be helpful. Yeah, it'll come in handy later. And then the bad guys. So, they demand that everyone aboard come to them. Come run the gauntlet.
Pardon me.
You won't be harmed. There's some snickering and it's not very believable. Like you just hear like this locker room of pirates all like, okay, come on down here. Waiting for another invitation? Great, you surrender. Come on down. Yeah, come on over. And they wait for you to board. Everybody, it's up there. Let's go. We won't harm you.
So I'm gonna, obviously I'm not just gonna go, oh, okay. I'm gonna just be like, so how do I know you ain't just gonna shoot me as soon as I poke my head around this corner?
Well, I thought you were out, showing that you're disarmed, right?
Oh no, hello.
Oh, the gun. You're holding the gun. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess we shouldn't move your mini out there. Sorry. So it's like the hand and the gun with the holding the gun is like, hello. Okay. So they demand you drop the gun, slide it over.
Yep.
And
drop the gun
and come out.
And again, I'm going to say, what kind of assurance do I have that they're not just going to shoot me as soon as I come around this corner?
We have frags. We could have thrown them up there. Would have made short work of you. But we're gentlemen pirates. We're what? Shut up. I'm going with this. We're gentlemen pirates. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so you hear them, boots on the gangplank, Get up there. Here's a familiar voice from the back. So 4 Red Fury pirates, like, storm, up the gangplank and fan out. That kind of thing. Do you want TP to do anything? Do you do anything? Technically, it's your turn. So
I'll turn to TP.
Yeah.
And I'll say,
like, on their turn, they run up the gangplank. You got 2 in your face. One will have to, like, sort of, you see, like, the chairs are, like, on the side of the ramp there kind of thing. You know what I mean? You got 2 on you and 2 on him. And they come up and they just do the kind of, like, gun in your face, we got you kind of thing.
Yep. I'll just turn to TP. Stand down, TP.
The smell is overwhelming, could stun you, let alone, Can I have a perception check?
You could. I suppose I could give you one of those.
Now, does he hold guns, or do you have one of those gun arms?
TP?
Yeah. Does he?
He would hold a pistol, but he didn't have a pistol. He had a stun baton.
Okay.
His weapon of choice. Perception you wanted.
Okay.
I'll submit it. 22.
Okay, so you tell him to stand down. He lowers his arm. One of them, with the gun holding up, and then slowly, nervously reaches forward and, snatches it out of his hand or whatever, and it just looks at him, the Cylon, saying it all,
yeah,
right type of thing. Anyway, you notice the 2 guys on you have, like, since the rifles are in your face, or guns, sorry, the heavy blaster pistols are in your face, they're set to stun. So, maybe they don't necessarily want you dead.
That's always good to know.
Yeah.
So I'll put my hands up.
Okay.
And I'll say, do you want him to come with us too, or does he stay with his ship?
So they don't say anything. They just sort of like keep you in line and glare at you, that kind of thing. They don't answer. And then slowly but surely, determined to get his, theatrical entrances, not once, but twice, because I listened back to it today, right? First you cut him off, and then Jay pulls up the thing, tries to get more information, gets bored, and just shuts it off as well. So, and there's nothing more dangerous than an NPC boss that's determined to monologue. So, amid the backdrop of the pressurization, the little hisses and steam jets that escape inside the docking ring between your 2 ships, the man I described in a blue hologram appears olfactory first. Dude reeks. This cybernetic human emerges in full living color. A warm palette, brown coat, orange and yellow and red, sashes and everything. He's obviously a fall. The most distinguishing feature is not the cyber eye. It's not the cyber peg leg, which makes a sort of a rattling click, like it's old and not quite functioning, but heavy enough that it's just bolted on there. It's not going to come loose. The ka-ching, ka-ching up the gangplank kind of thing. Is the fact that not a cyber arm, but as I said before, a vibrating, because you can hear the humming, so it's a vibroblade, circular saw the man has for a right arm and hand in place of a regular limb. And as he comes up, he whirls it. and then shuts it off. Now, lads, he says in a strange voice that doesn't seem to really suit the man. The voice he portrays seems to be more like a cartoon wolf or fox from days of tales gone by. As you watch his blade spin and then finally come to a stop. This ship and everything on it are now the property of the Red Brotherhood, he says with a leering grin, and all the pirates all kind of chuckle and laugh. Now, and he parts two guys and gets right in the... Which one of you space-sucking scumbags cut off my glorious announcement of demanding your surrender before... And his one eye shifts like he's thinking, and then back to you, before you surrendered. Who was it? Gets in your face.
Oh, you wasn't finished talking? Sorry, buddy. I guess I just tuned you out.
Looking around, these pirates are really straight out of holodramas. Like, they're all dressed in, like, blood red, crimson. They have swinging vibro rapiers in one hand. They stink of the Corellian ale I said before and other unknown substances. And they're not nervous and shaky, but their eyes and their heads, like, twitch about. Like, they don't know if the next smack is going to come from you or their boss. But they're steadfast in their, aim. They're not like drunk and shaky, or they don't seem nervous. But they do seem like, something's off. Anyway. So it was you, he says, whirling. Don't think for a minute I won't gut you, just because we happen to be... And he turns around, under someone else's employ, and they all laugh. Like, that doesn't really matter. At least for today, eh? And then he looks down, and he raises his circular saw like he's gonna cut you, and then for the first time, he notices your pinstripe suit. And he seems confused. A bit envious. But definitely confused, like suddenly you smell of cinnamon, and he's doubting his fashion sense and preferences. And then he snaps himself out of it. Take it to the break, boys! So, two, push you and TP, right?
Hey, easy on the polyester.
The leader and two more stay on the ship. And they probably start sweeping. Anyway,
Sweet, clean ship.
What do you have for what do you have for a comm? Like, do you have like the little tube that 3PO has, and you just have it on in your pocket so everyone can hear, but it's kind of muffled? Do you have like because like Star Wars comms are not like a little tiny black earbud that you stick in your ear, unless you're an actual cybernetic person that it's just your cyber ear hears. You know what I mean?
I have the long range comm, so I don't know what it looks like, but I imagine it's probably big.
Yeah. Or even if it's like a walkie-talkie on your belt or whatever, right? Okay. Anyway, they are smart enough to, they take your gun, and anything bulky like that, they take off of you, right? But as luck would have it, and let us...
Did they notice my holdout blaster?
Oh, hang on. Well, they're going to search you, right? But before I roll, let's talk about a talent tree that we discussed.
The Jedi conspiracy theorist?
The Jedi conspiracy theorist. A Jedi conspiracy theorist is the type of person that's paranoid and ready for situations. I'm not talking about tinfoil hats. I'm talking about the guy that lives off the grid and commit arson to his house with like a remote, burn everything and go. Such a person would be, of course, the first person to conceal a weapon on his body, but he might also have a certain kind of luck. The kind of luck that would affect this kind of roll, like a search roll, or maybe they take your comm, obviously, but they don't shut it off. That kind of thing.
Stupid pirates.
Yeah. So comparable to a talent that would allow you to add like half your level to a luck roll, you know, like a penalty to them for a search, that type of thing. If you were to join said conspiracy theorist inside of a level, this is the type of thing, one of the opening talents. But you're not yet. So I'm not gonna give you that bonus or them that penalty now. But these are the moments of creating and crafting that I think a theorist would, you know. Well, I'm not gonna take you, like, you know, I'm not gonna let you even burn a talent. But as it were, with my 4, right? So they pat you down, right? They take the comm. You're not sure if they shut it off or not, but they don't seem to find your holdup blaster. So I don't even want to know where that is.
Dina knows.
Yeah, but he actually has a fake hip. He's actually got a fleshy prosthetic hip. You dirty-minded people, you know. You imagine like having like a real person with a hip that pops out, and it's that horrible
RoboCop's
leg
holster.
Well, I was thinking like higher up, like right up on the hip, because it's only the size of a small.
The love handle.
Well, yeah. Well, you know how the U.S. Marshals have the 38 special in the leg holster that's down by their ankle? It's that little tiny, like in a glove, 30, right? So that's how I picture a holdup blaster to be about that big, right? And that kind of shape is like up on the hip, right? It just pops out, right? Surgical module.
No, it's up the sleeve, you know, like it's on that.
Oh, yeah, the track thing, like Derringer's, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's funny because every time it's like Wolverine, right? Every time you pull it out, you rip your clothes. It hurts. It hurts so bad that you have to ruin a suit to pull the whole that blaster. I ruined a perfectly good suit. So then he gets angry. So, which brings me to another talent I will make for said tree. That if a conspiracy theorist gets upset because he believes that his next action will actually, like, go against the man or the machine. I don't mean like G-men come up for him kind of thing. I mean like he decides to stay back and hold them off, but he gets away and attacks said G-man. That kind of action that you know, because he's so convinced he's sticking it to the man or stopping them or, you know, slowing down the machine, would have certain bonuses. Names pending. So, you still have a holdup blaster, you're not sure if your comm is on, and they march you along the decks. Now, I believe I may have a picture. Nope.
If you check your email,
yeah,
Jeff, the Rollmonger's email,
yes,
real
sir.
quick,
yeah,
I might have something that's very beneficial for you.
A floor plan?
I forgot to send it sooner.
And upload it. Oh my God, it's a floor plan for this ship. Well, we'll check it out in episode 2. So, where's the docking ring? Yeah, that's what I want to know. This is a swank-looking ship. We'll say it's there.
Yeah, it's pretty slick.
Yep. So, emerging through a docking ring, there's a hallway that immediately goes T, left and right. And there are, like, turbo lifts that go up and down into, like, you know, said deck kind of thing. And a hallway that's breached into one side. Like, you ever see those movies where they're on a train and the hallway is like along one windows and all the cabins are along the other side? Right?
Yes.
The hallway ahead of you is set up like that with like 6 doors and it goes quite a ways, like 20 squares. Right? Anyway, they take you all the way down to the end and they throw you in one of these rooms, which, you know, initially was, you know, like a guest room, and they've modified, because it happens to be a well-constructed door or whatever, they've modified it where they've welded on a...
Both of us in the same room?
Nope.
Damn.
They put you in one room, and the inside panel for the door control is like, I got a heavy plate welded on it, so there's no prying open, you know, that kind of thing. They've modified it to make it like a brig, right? At first, you think, this is very nice, this is awesome. Look, the cushions and the main desk and everything's here, but it has been graffitied, urinated on, and it just reeks of booze, and it's like somewhere where they go to sleep off, throw up, and, you know, is your new home. And in they toss you. What they do with TP at the moment, you are not sure, because unfortunately, you are off comms. So, coming to round 5. Poser. You hear, easy on the polyesters, guys, which is his code word for I'm being groped. That's not the signal like to emerge, but you do know they're searching him. Because you can hear him over the comms that he's being shoved and fussed, and Rahual's not the type to like just care that he's getting shoved once. Because after the easy on the polyester, the obvious shove, there's a bunch of a little to the left, that kind of shit. So it's like, okay, they're searching him. He might be off comm soon. He might be disarmed soon. Which means you're in charge. Yeah, we'll just pretend you're in charge. Poser, what do you want to do? Alex S, you're on deck.
Well, hey, new captain, new orders, let's get out of here. Later, all.
Completely ignoring Leth, who technically would be auxiliary captain.
Yeah, peace.
But, no, seriously, I'm just going to continue waiting.
Yeah, you can't outrun the counselor class cruiser that I'm about to talk my way into.
Oh, you're here. Well, you're kind of here. He's a little bit here. All right. So, with not,
I'm waiting.
I'm just gonna say let's drop out of rounds for a minute here, like combat rounds, because it's kind of over. One's isolated. We don't know if TP's fate, though. You could probably talk to him on comms, give him instructions, and you guys are just sort of waiting. And the tense seconds of all that back and forth at the I surrender, all that stuff just fades away to moments passing.
I mean, the other thing to note is as we listen in on the comms, as you said, we don't know if it was necessarily turned off. Do we stop hearing external transmission from the comms?
Well, you don't want to say, hey, Rahual, because then you'd be broadcasting it through his, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like,
Well, right, but we should be hearing something because we always
Like, are
have
they
them
like
open.
talking or something
you
like that?
can hear the two
beside?
guys that have TP. And they're like, here you go, Clanker. Let's see, try this on for size. And you hear like a magnet rivet, right? And you hear him protest and this kind of thing. You are not my new master, TP says. Sorry, does TP talk? Did we ever give him lines? Can they talk? Or they just...
100% he can talk. He's
Okay.
like a detective.
Okay, well, I don't know if you had modified him, like just binary
No,
or...
he's out of the box, man.
Okay.
Like, he got shipped in the box. I pushed the button. He unfolded himself, and I said, "Guard the ship."
Okay. So without your direction, he goes into default mode. You are engaging in piratical activities. Desist at once. I may have to take action if my master allows it, type of thing. Or instead of saying, he doesn't threaten them, he just reads them the letter of the law. You are doing this. It is wrong. And they just laugh at him, slap a restraining bolt on his ass. Can't make him do stuff, but they can keep him from doing stuff now. And you do hear another door open and close on the comms. And he waits. And then you hear TP calling for Master. Master Oberus, please respond. Master Oberus, please respond. Bueller. Anyway, if he's talking, then he's probably alone. So if you guys want to give him instruction, but that probably answers two questions as that scene plays out. They're both isolated, they're both restrained or locked up, and TP misses his mommy. And his baton. He never got to use it. He is sad.
And we don't hear anybody moving through the ship.
You don't hear where you are, no. But we do have a radar with us.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could do that.
This is the last time I'm going to prompt you, dude. Because it's like...
Fair, yeah.
I mean, I was actually about to prompt him myself, so...
Okay.
32, use the force.
Okay. So you sense that TP and Rahual are on the ship. They're not necessarily been taken very far away on the other ship, right? And
Gotcha.
you've got the pirates on comms muttering to each other. You can't hear what they're saying, but you can sense that they're apprehensive, excited, gonna kill, who's gonna jump out. And they're running around opening doorways and sticking guns and, they're searching the ship. They've split apart. There are 3 life forms. And for our purposes, I will use Haas as Pirate 1, TP as Pirate 2, and our own Oberus as Redjack himself. Okay? And because, let's just say, you can't tell the pirates apart, but because you kind of got a hollow glimpse of Redjack and pinged him before, well, like I'll let you say, like you're pretty sure that the Rahual mini is the big guy, right?
Gotcha.
So anyway, one is searching the forward deck. So he's going engine room, little rooms. One is coming to the back decks. And 50-50, he goes left side or right side. Aiden, since we're kind of on your turn, high or low? What favors you?
Low.
Okay. Would you want him to come to your side first so you can jump him? Or you want to buy... would you rather have time and he's searching this side first?
I'd rather him come in now.
Okay.
That way we can just ambush him really quickly.
Yep. So, coming along, okay, he comes around the back and just kind of like does the once around the hallway kind of thing, opening doors as he goes, right? And then, oh sorry, he checks the hallway, so he goes all the way around before getting caught from behind. You know what I mean? Like he does a lap, right? Sees Redjack, and then comes back and starts opening doors. So he comes down this way, sees Redjack here, and then the first door he opens is to the bay. So now you can sense that he's standing on the top of the platform, taking in all the joy and research and schematic drawings and research of races fornicating, and he just starts giggling and going through Leth's notes.
Okay.
Gundam seed. Yeah, shit like that. So yeah, with his back to you and perfectly distracted by Dr. Leth's cultural interspecies relations research, or space porn for short, like a good Beehive classic book, Pirate seems a little engaged at the moment. Anyway.
Lisa gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Can I see him through the little crack in the doorway?
If you don't want to have a crack in the door because like, oh, there's a gap in this panel, they'd pry it open. So we're just kind of going with radar pings. I shouldn't even say what he's doing. He just stops at Leth's desk and loiters there for a while.
Gotcha.
And it looks like something has caused attention because he doesn't move for several moments.
Okay. I'll lean into Leth and be like, very quietly, we have one in here. We can take him now. Your call.
Do we think we could take the leader?
I don't think we have much choice.
Do you have any sense force powers or any sense force and other or anything like that? Sense force user?
You can kind of do that with use the force.
There's actual feats and talents for like gauging how like force potential and blah blah blah. Because at least there is like,
I think you can spend a force point to let you know that stuff from your ping. I believe is how that one works, but I'll double check.
Okay. So, while you guys are debating who's on the door, like I just threw you in the closet, but you guys could choose like who is closest to the door. Is it Poser because you want to look out the crack? You're the one making the stealth check to slowly open it if you guys want to merge, or is it just like one kick the door and you guys all start falling out like clowns out of a car? Because this was the price that you'd pay. Remember, one guy emerged per round because you're literally stuck in there like in a locker. You don't just all fall out guns blazing. You know, round one, a guy comes out, right?
Yeah, I do believe we put Poser by the entrance, specifically because he can get out quicker and do more things quickly.
Yes. Alrighty. I'm gonna ping once more.
Okay.
Just get a decent idea on everyone's location again.
What offensive capabilities does Arthur have on his person? Like R2, he's like pulled out the little forks and shock people or whatever.
Arthur has I believe it's an ion pistol.
Okay.
It's actually technically it's a taser.
Okay.
But it's like kind of built into his systems, so unless you notice that.
All right. So he knows the plan. You guys are like, we're gonna surrender, let us get taken and we'll find a way out, right? and you guys were going to leave him up there, and you told him to do what, Rahual? Sit there and power down like you're just a droid in a corner that's half broken, or the pilot when we need it? Or is he just going to look like the bus driver and go, that type of thing?
I didn't actually issue him any orders.
Okay.
But I mean, I assume he's gonna play it pretty cool because he's R4.
He will, unless Buddy gets handsy or I feel personally threatened. Then he's R4 and he'll come out guns blazing. So Redjack goes to the bridge, looks around, sees R4, gives him a boot, and R4, beeps and whirls angrily at him, but doesn't make a move. And Redjack's like, takes issue. So like there's a scene playing out up there that no one gets to see. Anyway, if R4 survives, I'll have him replay it and you'll see how it went down. But I wanted to know,
Do we hear him over comms?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I guess you could hear Redjack going, "Oh, what do we have here?" Gives the droid a boot, and hear R4 beep and whirl in protest. Like, "Get off me, dude," kind of thing. "Oh, don't take that out.
Your shoes are dirty."
Yeah, don't take that attitude with me. And he does up the circular saw and like, right, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Now you don't know if he's threatening R4 with it to see if he drops his bolts, or if he's actually like gonna attack R4, and then of course R4 will defend himself with said taser. But you can hear this back and forth where he's bullying.
Either way, as soon as I hear that, I know he's on the bridge, which means he isn't here.
That's right.
So
Be a good time to go out now.
yeah, I'm gonna pop off the panel.
Okay. Aggressively, like, just let it like move one and then move out, and you're standing there.
Can I move action, pop it, and then standard action do something from the doorway?
Oh yeah, if you have line of sight on that guy, you just want to kick.
Yeah.
You want to kick the panel off and then use the force. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Breach and clear.
Okay, so in that case, like I said, unless you're going to use your lightsaber, which can easily be in hand with a swift to like cut your way out for a grand entrance, and we never use that escape hole again, then yeah, like you boot the panel so you're clear, and he'll turn around and it's your go. So sure.
Alrighty.
Now we'll say these guys have moved, searched, time's going by, and I'll just keep the same order, and we'll say that new combat or whatever. But for purposes, as long as you guys are cool with it, we'll just start with Poser. So Poser, you're up. XS, you're next. Yep. Then left, right? So Poser, boot the door, right? Sorry,
boot the door.
The panel comes off and flies and skitters across the room. And you do what?
I am going to use a force grip. So I'm going to start choking him.
Okay. Oh, shit. I was looking at the wrong pirate. Oh, never mind. It's fine. Force grip, force choke?
Yep.
Fort?
Yeah. Fortitude, yes.
Fortitude.
I got a 24 on my force. Use the force check.
Okay. Mine is 17, which means you've beat it by 5, but not 10, if that helps.
It's not how much I beat it. Like the difference between your save and my score. For me, I'm trying to hit flat tiers, 15, 20, 25.
Oh, I see. So as long as you beat me, which you did, and you didn't get 25, but you got 20, which means what?
The target takes 4 die 6 points of damage, and they can only take a singular swift action on their next turn.
Ooh. All right. Time to write down some hit points and then take them off.
16.
Okay. Ouch. And I can only take a swift?
Yep.
Okay. And so he's like, tee-hee, giggle, looking at the notes, thinking karma for his lewd acts will never, and then like, I'm sorry. He shoves the papers away, not really understanding what's going on. I'm sorry, Ma. Takes a crap load of damage, but this is a tough bugger. He doesn't go down right away. TL XS. Poser hasn't moved all he's done is opened a panel, and then you hear weird meat bag noises coming from the laboratory. What do you do? What can you do? Besides mute and unmute your comm.
Can I assume that I am immediately behind him?
I've got you. Where have I got you?
I mean, all three of us were in that one thing, so I didn't know if if we went in or that.
Like Leth would be the non-combat. Well, not non-combat, but yeah, he would be the last man in the back.
Do I have line of sight on the dude being choked?
No. Like I said, you guys are really I can fit one mini in here, and I've got three, right? So
fair.
You're literally like face.
Do I have any way to move without?
You can move through friendlies for free, but you're considered. What's our squeezing rules in this system? There's something we haven't really.
I don't know, but I'd assume it's a terrain thing. Like he's going to not only be able to move so quick,
right? As long as you can, if you're reduced down to like 1 square, you can't leave until he moves. But if you can manage 2, it might take all 3 of your actions, but you could literally emerge and be standing in front of the open door. At least it's something.
Well,
I have the squeezing rules if you want.
Yeah, what do you got? Let's hear them.
Creatures of large size and bigger, in this case, I mean medium, can squeeze through small openings and down narrow hallways that are at least half as wide as their fighting space, provided they end their movement in an area that they can normally occupy. Big droids and vehicles can't squeeze at all, but that makes sense. Unless they can compress their frames to accommodate the tighter spaces, creatures of a large size or larger can't squeeze past opponents.
Okay.
So you can't squeeze past opponents, but you can move as long as you...
But does it reduce the movement?
It doesn't say anything. I mean, we could house rule it reducing movement.
I only need 1 square to get into the room.
Well, 2, because 1's going to put you in poser square and then into the room. So anyway.
Well, I could move that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
2 would be great.
You have a movement of 6. So even I'm not going to set a precedent, but even if we reduce it by 3, you're out with an action left.
FYI, Doug, there is no diagonal movement in Saga.
There is diagonal. It just costs you the same.
Like 2.
You can move diagonally, but it costs the same
like 2
to do the movement.
Up, over.
As if you,
which matters in a map that has an opening that way, but
yeah.
Okay, so you squeeze out, and you have an action left, by my reckoning.
A swift and a standard, because that was my move.
Yeah.
Then I would use my swift action to engage my shields.
Okay.
And my standard action
sorry, no. When you got in here, remember we were talking about the reason the 3 of you guys can get in here is the fact you can fold up?
Right.
I'm not going to make you cause to move, but I will have you burn that swift to sort of, get yourself in a position where the arms and legs are moving and you're not like all folded and shit.
Okay.
You follow me? So you swift to like get ready to move. You squeeze out and you got an action left.
Then I will draw my heavy blaster pistol.
Okay. But it is any action you want, standard move or swift. You draw your pistol, okay?
Yep.
Okay. So gun is out. Okay, and you're there. Leth. 1, 2.
I will take...
Like now, even though I had you like in the engine room, technically you're in this room, so you're in the same situation. If you want to spend a full move to squeeze out and go 1, 2, 3, you can emerge beside XL with a single action of your choice left. And the 3 of you will probably never speak about how close we were in this closet. Or do you want to wait?
There's no drawing while you move, is there?
Not without a feat.
Maybe, but not with squeezing. Like you're,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't allow.
I just meant I am moving, not squeezing after I get past. Because 3 would put me past the box.
Yeah, but like I said, it's simultaneous, and like I said, our situation that we have here. Mm-hmm. Each squeeze is going to have to be GM'd by me, depending on it. Is it a rock cliff face? Is it whatever? What I'm looking at, I'm going to say no. Shimmy, shimmy,
okay.
shimmy. Like, because you're not just squeezing. You're squeezing, and you're squeezing past a poser. And you know what I mean? Like,
in that case,
so
I'm going to, instead of drawing a weapon, I'm going to be drawing my Xcalc computer.
Okay. And you ready to go? Standing next to your droid?
Yes.
Okay. Next we have R4. I'm going to, let's say, have a regular D20. What is R4's will save?
$14.
Okay. The higher it is, the less room there is to beat it on a D20, yes? So the higher my will, the stronger my will not to be a douchebag. So as long as I roll under 14, which is pretty good odds, he's fine. 19. Nope, I am not taking this shit from any pirate. I tase the fucker. Can I have a taser roll, please? From?
That's fair.
Yep. Not taking this shit. Get. I don't care if that saw is actually just threatening me or, you know what I mean? I mean, even if he came out and sparked his taser to, like, in kind, as soon as the taser come out, Buddy would, you know, go after him, and R4 would hold an action. I pull my taser, and if he makes a move, I tase him. So, same ending, right? So, I lose my calm at 19, and tase the guy.
That's a 23.
With 20 damage. Now, I am a cybernetic person, and we talked about ion and
technically also stun damage as well.
So is it stunning damage or is it ion damage that you've got on this little dude?
I think it's both. Hold on.
So, Rahual, back in your little world.
Yep.
Any ideas?
I am going to put myself.
I really did like. I gotta say, like, because I really don't like DMs at Cat Paw. I really like Matt's idea of like talking his way and like making the guy, you know, chat him up or whatever. But with this, one thing just kind of led to another, and you know, keeping with the script of the dude, it's like, I have you now. I want to be the first to see my prize, because he doesn't trust his own men to search the ship and like not pocket shit. So he would be the guy to search the ship, and Rahual was trying to get on the other one. So yay, Rahual, you're alone. But you know, I almost feel bad you didn't get a chance to chat this guy ear off and like have. But you know, we're still.
It's okay.
You know.
I'll work with it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But before I do anything, I am going to use the Force to sense my surroundings.
Mm. Or using the Jersey Force.
The Joyzy voice. 26. So I had to beat a DC 15. And that basically does nothing, really. It's flavor.
It's flavor?
Yeah, it's good in combat. For negating cover concealment. So maybe it's not. What do we got? Yeah, that's pretty much. No, I'm gonna look at the panel. I'm gonna think about it and say, hey, is it worth me trying to get into that panel? I will use the Force.
A sense what kind of wires you got on
to
this
search my feelings to see whether or not it will yield favorable or unfavorable results if I try to work on that welded panel to get access to the controls.
Okay.
So that's what I will do.
Without a tool, like without having something that could, you know, like cut through the plasteel wall, like that type of thing, or the interior wire, you know what I mean? Because what they've done is here in Canada, we use this wonderful flaky, powdery, packed substance called drywall and slap between really dense cardboard. Am I wrong, Matt?
No.
Right. So that's drywall wall, right? And you go to a guy's basement, and they've had a party, and someone's punched a hole in the wall, and they take something heavier, like actual wood, and they just go chunk, 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 and slap it on there to cover the hole, but it's much heavier, right? And it's much larger than the fist hole. So someone's taken like a Durasteel panel way bigger than the original, you know what I mean? Like 2x2 instead of a little 6x6 inch, you know, kind of thing, and welded it on so it covers a big portion of the wall, anything on there, right? So accessing it at this point would say woe over wheel, especially without a tool. But that doesn't mean you can't get at the mechanics another way.
Well, I have a holdout blaster.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a tool per
No,
se.
mechanics check. Turn. you could turn into a torch. Get all, you know.
Oh, I'm not trained in mechanics.
You're not trained in mechanics. Then, what can you shoot in this room with the door? That's not that panel.
Look around for obvious,
Yeah, it's something else.
or for like conduits that power the door. If it wasn't intentionally meant to be a cell, there's no reason to believe that they would not have power supply that powers access on the inside.
And there's the rub. If this was not built to be a brig, if it's modified, then there's an emergency system because these are guest rooms. And if the ship goes up in flames, all the doors open. So if you can do something to trigger the ship's system of emergency, every door on the ship should open. Right?
Sweet. So I'm gonna take a look to see if I can find a
Sprinkler?
fire smoke detector, like
Yep.
sensor array, with a perception of 28.
Yes. Okay. You sense through the wall, you know, like, or ceiling or whatever, a spot where the panels join.
Yep.
Right? So there's like a crack or whatever, if you put the nozzle of your gun to that point, and then you trace along that crack to where the proverbial wire that runs to whatever subsystem. Right?
Yep.
Anyway, if the wire goes dead, that means power loss. And that means the emergency generator kicks in and all the doors open, or, you know, like I said, depending on where you can't get a lot with this vague force, this wire's live, I sense it does this, not without mechanic knowledge. But I will take an untrained mechanics check if you can, you know, follow the line of reasoning.
Yep. Untrained mechanics. Here we go. Been pretty good on the dice tonight. 15.
Not bad, because I was going to say 10 is what you can get for, but any decently, you know, kind of hard is a 15 or higher. So you pick a point, you believe it's going to work, you modify your pistol, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you get this thing to, like a little couple tricks from Merrick, right? Little flashback to, you know, a couple weeks ago. Well, let me see that. Even this can be a bomb. Not that you want it to be a bomb, but you could also, it's not going to make very big explosion. But if you do this and he shows you a couple of mods, you could get a couple of really good shots out of it, like 3 instead of the 15, but they'd be heavy.
Yep.
You know, so anyway, in dice terms, it's not worth a player to go, ooh, I get 3d4 plus 1 versus the 3d4. But in this case, you know, modify away.
Chink, chink, chink.
So, yeah. And you fire.
Yep. Do I need to roll?
The damage, I guess. I think I would certainly need a certain amount of damage to breach the ceiling panel or whatever, but beyond that, the wire, it's a wire, it's just going to fry. Like, as long as you can pierce, you know, like the DR of a ship is like 10, right? You have 3d4. As long as you can beat a basic door DR or a panel on a wall, which is probably like 5. You know what I mean? As long as you don't, like, roll terribly shitty, you should be good with enough
That's my
damage.
not rolling.
Give me some 3d4. Anyway, with mechanics check of 50,
Well, here, I'll just
15.
I'll roll the attack and take the damage from
Okay,
it.
so what is your actual damage with this gun?
It is.
Should be 3d4.
I think it is
'Cause
3d4.
it's like
No, it's 1d6 plus 3.
What? Unarmed strike blunt came up.
Oh, I clicked the wrong.
I'm gonna say, like, it's a
My
holdout
bad.
blaster's like 3d4, right? And then you should add your level or
There
something.
you go. There's all them d4s.
Okay.
Yeah, 3d4 plus 3.
Okay. It's 10.
10.
Just enough. Sure enough, some lights in here flicker. Not that they give you a lot of ambient lighting. And the door opens a bit. Not a lot, because again, they've jimmied and they've done stuff to hold it or whatever, but the emergency systems does try to, you know, open the door fully. Anyway, it opens partially and jams.
course.
some squeezing, some escape artist, some strength check to get yourself out, and you're good. Meanwhile, back here in the, shall we say, happy land?
And I've looked it up. The taser acts as both a stun weapon when hitting organic creatures, and delivers a non-lethal weapon that droids can use to defend themselves. It fires small projectiles attached to tongs, thin wires that deliver an electric charge that incapacitates an organic target's nervous and muscular systems. If the target is a droid, the electrical current acts as an ion gun and interferes with the droid systems.
I'm a cyborg. I'm both.
So then I would say the idea would be it would be stun damage kind of thing, but then like
Double damage.
not double damage, stun damage, and then the other effects
double.
for like if you're hitting a droid, the other ion gun damage effects.
Put it this way. The juicier is the flesh bag, but unlike a regular stun, because I'm cybernetic, I would go down the track 2 instead of 1 because of my droid parts. I'll give you that one. So it's kind of the benefit of each, but not double. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very quickly, stun and ion are like the exact same damage type. It's just stun is for meat bags, ion is for clankers.
Right, but I was getting to the point though, like when you ion a clanker though, you can drop them 2 on the track, where a stun just drops you 1, right?
Stun drops 2 if you're a flesh bag.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Well, I was trying to give you some advantage there, Dr. Leth. But anyway, okay, fire away, Arthur.
He did. That was a 23 to hit.
Yep. And 20 damage. And what, I take half of that? And I check his threshold, right? So Redjack's
Yes, and yes.
Redjack's threshold is actually 20.
Nice. Drop him 2.
So he drops 2. And he takes half damage in actual damage. So I go from this to this, and I go down track 2. So I'm -2 in everything I do. Aha. And you thought Arthur was going to screw things up. He's like taking on the boss. All right. That's Arthur. Now it's the bad guy's turn. So, well, I'm going to attack Arthur with my, Vibo Rapier, which for flavor I've made into a circular saw. So I attack the little dude with my +8. Take a swing and a miss. 19. So that's 27 to hit Arthur.
That's a hit.
Thank you. Actually, I guess I should do the dice on here.
Did you factor his condition track?
Oh, sorry. 25. Thank you.
Still hits.
It could matter. Right?
Yeah. It could matter. You don't know.
If he gets hit one more time, it's like that -5, so that'll help.
Yeah, he's got a lot of sweet freaking bonuses that stack on top of my pluses, which now you guys are stripping away and making me like just a regular dude, which sucks. But hey, you never know what's going to happen in space. So, 2d6 +7. Now, do I take 2 from damage or just hits? It's just skill attack rolls. It's not damage. It's not a level affecting, so... It's not across the board, as far as I know. Like, the condition track does not soften damage or you guys would die.
I mean, I would
Attack-
think it would affect, like, it's your strength roll that's added to the attack damage, right?
At least looking at how it works with the character sheet, it does not affect damage, I don't believe.
No, it's like attack rolls to hit your actions as well as...
Melee weapons take strength bonuses, but ranged weapons do not get any bonuses. So if it's a melee weapon, you do get a strength bonus on damage.
True, but I'm just saying, like, the fact that a player or an NPC is down the condition track, that those negatives do not go onto damage. To hit, sure. But just about everything else, skill checks, I'm fuzzy, sure. But
Saves.
the reflex saves come down, right?
All of them.
Yeah, but I don't think actual damage. So, little dude is going to take 2d6. Come on. Oh, what happened here? Yeah, I'm just going to roll. I don't know. Roll 20 is starting to really disappoint, ladies and gentlemen. I'm having more and more trouble with this platform. It doesn't like the browser I'm using. So, it's 8 and 7 is 15 points off of the little dude as I take my vibro circular saw to your head. Like a nice big juicy cut in there. Real damage in real time. Our choking guy can only take a swift action on his turn.
Correct.
Okay. He aims his gun. Here's you guys busting out the panel because you made a big flop noise. I'm getting choked. I'm confused, but I heard something behind me, so all he can do is just kind of peer over his shoulder while choking and try and aim his gun at you. You know. Because aiming is it's not drawing, but you know what I mean?
I think aiming is 2 swift actions.
Correct.
So he can
He'll
start
have to do it.
aiming.
Right.
But
Okay. The good news is, I forgot to mention, if I'm going through your notes, I need a hand free. So they're walking around vibroblade and pistol. He put the vibroblade down on the table and starts going through the porn. And then, oh, crap. So anyway, he begins an aim. Like I said, he's trying to. At least that's something. And guy number 3 is running around checking, and then he's like calling him in because now he hears choking on the comms. Dude, what are you doing? Because you hear hee, and then you hear choke, choke, choke. It's like, dude, what are you doing? And now it's Rahual's turn. Rahual. Ending the round. Squeeze,
Yeah,
squeeze.
so whatever I got to do to get out that door, what do you want from me?
What's escape artist in this game? Because you're skinny. I mean, there's a...
acrobatics?
Yeah, acrobatics probably would favor you over a strength roll to heave the door open.
Yeah, it would.
So I would recommend one of those.
Submito. Brah. 10.
10. Sure. Wasn't overly difficult. You kind of get in there, you kind of get stuck, and we'll say that it, pretty much takes you all of that to get out this damn little wedge in the door. And you pop out onto a hallway that I'm going to bring up in the next episode. Say goodnight, Zeke. That's right. Zeke. Ezekiel. Unmute and say goodnight, studio audience. And we'll see you next time on We Shot First.